You think you make rational decisions based on facts and logic. Most people do. But psychologically, your brain is running on autopilot, filtering reality through hidden biases that warp every choice you make. And the scariest part? You don't even notice it happening. Here's what's really controlling your decisions. Your brain wasn't designed for rational thought. It was designed for survival. And that creates a fundamental problem in modern decision-making. Cognitive psychologist Daniel Kahneman spent decades researching how humans actually think, and what he discovered earned him a Nobel Prize. Our brains use mental shortcuts called heuristics to process information faster. These shortcuts helped our ancestors survive. But in complex modern situations, they systematically distort our judgment. The most powerful bias is confirmation bias. Your brain actively seeks information that confirms what you already believe, while dismissing evidence that contradicts it. Here's the psychological mechanism. When you encounter information that aligns with your existing beliefs, your brain releases dopamine. It literally feels good to be right. But contradictory information triggers cognitive dissonance, which feels uncomfortable. So your brain protects you from that discomfort by filtering it out entirely. Research from Stanford shows people evaluate identical evidence differently based on whether it supports their pre-existing views. In one study, people watched the same football play. Fans of each team were convinced the referee was biased against their side. Same footage. Completely opposite interpretations. That's confirmation bias hijacking perception. What this looks like in real relationships. You decide someone is untrustworthy. From that moment, your brain catalogs every instance that confirms that belief while ignoring all evidence of their reliability. The judgment becomes self-fulfilling, not because it's accurate, but because your brain won't let you see anything else. But here's where it gets more insidious. Another cognitive bias compounds this problem. The sunk cost fallacy makes you continue investing in something because you've already invested so much, even when logic says you should stop. Psychologically, your brain treats past investment as a reason to keep going, when past investment should be irrelevant to future decisions. Behavioral economist Richard Thaler documented this across thousands of decisions. The psychological root is loss aversion. Your brain feels losses about twice as intensely as equivalent gains. So abandoning something you've invested in feels like crystallizing a loss, even when continuing guarantees bigger losses ahead. This manifests everywhere. You stay in a relationship that stopped working years ago because you've already invested 5 years. You keep watching a terrible movie because you paid for the ticket. You pursue a career you hate because you spent 4 years getting the degree. The past investment has zero bearing on whether the future path is right. But your brain can't separate them. What the research reveals is even more troubling. The availability heuristic means your brain judges probability based on how easily examples come to mind, not actual statistical likelihood. After seeing news coverage of a plane crash, people dramatically overestimate flight danger while underestimating car accident risk, even though you're vastly more likely to die driving to the airport. The vivid, emotionally charged plane crash story is available in your memory, so your brain treats it as more probable than the mundane reality of traffic deaths. This is why people buy lottery tickets after hearing about a winner. Why they fear terrorism more than heart disease. Why one dramatic story outweighs 1,000 statistics. Your brain prioritizes memorable information over accurate information. The cognitive distortion at play across all these biases is the same. Your brain optimizes for speed and certainty, not accuracy. It creates a coherent narrative from incomplete information, fills gaps with assumptions, and defends that narrative against contradicting evidence. Now, when you're making a decision, pause and ask, am I looking for evidence I'm right, or genuinely evaluating all information? Am I continuing because it makes sense, or because I've already invested? Am I judging risk based on what's memorable, or what's actually probable? That moment of awareness interrupts the automatic bias. That's how you start seeing reality instead of your brain's edited version.